Hi guys, and welcome to Brave Dog Training Online's Women Power playlist. Today we are gonna talk about, should I adopt a second dog? A lot of us ask this question and it's really not that easy. I'm Anita, I'm a professional dog trainer. I show you how to build a trusting relationship with your dog to overcome fear and reactivity and have a good time together again. And if you haven't already, don't forget to like and subscribe. And now, have fun. Alright, so there are two main reasons why people want to adopt a second dog. The first one is for the dog, because the first dog is very social and really likes other dogs, and sometimes people think that adopting a second dog will help with separation anxiety. We'll talk about that later because that's something different. And the second reason is because the first dog does not or cannot fulfill one of our needs or some kind of need we have. Both of them are okay, and both of them often come together. So it's often a combination of both. And no matter the reason, when we are talking about adopting a second dog, we have to consider a few things. First, is our dog even social? So does our dog like other dogs? If not, we don't have to talk about it anymore. It would not improve his quality of life if he has to live with another dog and he doesn't like other dogs. So, okay. The second huge thing is, does the first dog guard any resources? So does he guard sleeping spots, food, chewing toys, other toys, the water bowl, or the human? And especially when it comes to guarding a human, I would not recommend getting a second dog. Yes, it's possible, but it's really, really difficult. And you can see this when you are with your dog and another dog comes to you. A dog that is not fine with that, so tensing up, trying to split, so walking in between, or trying to make the other dog go away, this would be a sign, or it can be a sign, that the dog is resource guarding the human. And it can also happen when you have a visitor with a dog at your home and that dog comes close to you and your dog obviously doesn't like that. And that's when I wouldn't recommend getting another dog, because it's really difficult. And when you are the most important thing in your dog's life and he doesn't want to share you, but he has to, it's not really nice for your dog. So this is something I would clearly not recommend. Okay? The other things can be managed or trained or both. It's also a lot more difficult when the dog guards anything than if he's not. But it could be done. Okay? Another thing is, does the dog like to have other dogs in his home? And if he's not really comfortable with that, I would also not recommend getting another dog. Because I have experienced it that the dog doesn't like the other dog. And this is really something where the quality of life is not perfect, or it suffers because of it. And that's again another point. So whenever you do get another dog, take a very close look that it's one your dog really likes. Okay? So do the characters fit? For example, if your dog is a very outgoing, very joyful, very playful dog, it would be a lot easier to get another dog that is kind of the same, or at least in the direction, instead of getting a dog that really gets annoyed by the behavior of your dog, or the other way around, right? If you have a senior dog that really doesn't like young dogs jumping around and being young dogs, then getting a young dog would be stressful for your old one. So it has to fit. Also, if your dog likes to play a lot, the play styles of the two dogs should match. So if you have, for example, a very tiny dog and a very strong dog, it can be problematic, except if the stronger dog is handicapping himself really well. So getting on the ground, letting the small dog jump on him, and being very careful when it comes to running games or wrestling or stuff like that. So a very considerate, stronger dog. And it can also be a character thing, not a physical thing. So it can be that one dog is scared easily, then the other dog should not switch to chasing or hunting that scared dog. Okay? So this has to fit really closely. And if it does, it can be amazing for all that are involved in this whole new experience, and it can really be great for your dog. But that does not mean that your dog will be comfortable staying home alone just because there is another dog there. Separation anxiety is something normal when a dog is separated from the caregiver. Our dogs have evolved to beings that build very, very close bonds with humans. And if the human goes away and the dog cannot follow, it triggers separation anxiety. And that's why our dogs have to learn to be fine when they're alone. And they really have to learn it. Another dog rarely helps. What happens more often is that then both dogs have separation anxiety, and it's not very different in training, but it's a whole new thing. So if you just think about getting another dog because your dog has separation anxiety, train separation anxiety instead. It's more sustainable, it helps a lot more, and it will give your dog a better quality of life. And if you're not sure if you should adopt a second dog, go to a trainer, behaviorist, vet behaviorist, behavior consultant, just people who are trained in dog behavior, and we can give you tips or recommendations, or if you have somebody in your area who can accompany you to a shelter or something like that and see the dogs together, that really helps a lot, because another set of eyes is always helpful with this very exciting process of getting a second dog. That's it. Why don't you write me in the comments if you have a second dog or even more than one, and if it was easy for you and your dog. That's it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see each other next time. Bye!